What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and want stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Haunt, entitled Mind Freeze. This is released on Shadow Kingdom Records. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Fresno, California, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very melodic, free-spirited, traditional style of heavy metal. Yeah. It's pretty crazy that throughout the last several years, this band has been incredibly consistent with pumping out material. Of course, if you know Haunt, you know them best for their debut EP from 2017 with Luminous Eyes, and then their follow-up a year later with their debut full-length Burst Into Flame. Very, very good heavy metal. I love this band's free spirit approach to their style. Just very melodic, very catchy, very infectious sort of heavy metal. And of course, a lot of this can be attributed to the main guy behind this project, Trevor William Church. This guy is a really, really awesome songwriter in addition to being a really good vocalist and frontman. And he's definitely been a major, major inspiration in terms of this band getting some attention and some prominence. And of course, the consistency keeps on going with this band because in 2019, this band put out an EP and a full length with Mosaic Vision and the second Haunt album, If Icarus Could Fly. Both of those releases are just big leaps forward for the band, I would say, and I'm really, really digging how far and how consistent and how good this band has been. And not to mention, this band is really good live. They're really good live, and they're only going to get better from here. But Haunt continues their consistency into 2020 with their third official full-length entitled Mind Freeze. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 37 minutes in length, and this is quite possibly the most ambitious thing I've heard Haunt do yet, because I definitely feel that this is a much different sort of album in comparison to Burst Into Flames and If Icarus Could Fly. And the one big takeaway that you'll hear from the minute this album starts is the inclusion of synths, keys and synths. I feel as though you're listening to some sort of trippy 80s synth or contemporary synthwave sort of sound in certain elements of this album. And I definitely like the fact that they decided to take a risk and do something different by adding these 80s style synths and keys towards certain moments and parts of songs. And I really, really like that element of this album. But what makes this Haunt album also very, very good is the typical strong musicianship that these guys know how to do. When it comes to the riffs, the melodicism, the audible bass, the top-notch drumming, there's just a lot to take in with this album. I mean, you hear it on songs like the title track and Hearts on Fire, which is definitely a really catchy track, and then later on throughout the album with songs like Saviors of Man and Have No Fear. Just some really, really entertaining stuff going on here with these songs. I love the energy. I love the spirit. I love the riffs. I love the melodic stuff. Just a lot of great key ingredients that you would know this band best for are on full display here with Mind Freeze. A lot of great guitar riffs and bass tones. The drum work is very top-notch too. Good pacing all the way throughout. Really never a dull moment when it comes to this drum performance. This guy always knows what he's doing. And when it comes to the vocals, like I said, I definitely think Trevor William Church is a very gifted person in terms of writing music and playing music, and of course, garnering your attention with his vocal style. And here on Mind Freeze, he does tremendous work here with his vocals, in addition to this really awesome accompanying music, and like I mentioned at the beginning, with the synth stuff, the keys, just a very top-notch vocal performance, and I definitely like the added elements being thrown in here for good measure. So overall, this is another really killer Haunt record. I don't know if I want to say this is their best yet. This is their best yet record yet. We'll definitely see, but I definitely had a blast listening to Mind Freeze. This is another great record of consistent heavy metal from probably one of the most consistent American heavy metal bands going today. So if you're into this band called Haunt, I would highly recommend you giving Mind Freeze a shot. So If I had to think of any personal favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Light the Beacon, great opening track, Hearts on Fire, the title track, Have No Fear, and the closing track, Voyager, is pretty solid too. So what I'm going to do is I'll leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Shadow Records Bandcamp page, Shadow Kingdom Records Bandcamp page, where you can listen to this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy being purchased or not. You can stream it by digitally and is available physically as a CD and 12-inch vinyl. And for the third year in a row, this band will be playing the Hell's Heroes Fest in Houston, Texas, with Candlemass and Satan and Riot Act and Magic Circle. So many more great heavy metal bands to come, and I'm looking forward to seeing if they decide to play the main stage like they did last year. This should be fun times ahead. So if you've happened to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it, how you feel about it, or if any of you guys are into how you think it compares to previous releases, or any of you guys into Haunt, definitely let me know. Again, the album is Mind Freeze by Shadow. Speaking backwards here. Again, the album is Mind Freeze by Haunt. This is released on Shadow Kingdom Records. Go check this one out. And for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 8.5 out of 10. Very top-notch heavy metal from a top-notch heavy metal band. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until next time, Army Hill out.